There are people that we eat every day. People we dress every day. People we talk everyday communication. People we want their life to be better in the sense of maybe you want to cook your food and distribute to people that want to eat. People will need a better way to recharge their phone. What we should actually put in our head is, what do we become in the process of becoming a millionaire? Money just want to stay with the one who know how to hold it, because money you need is an instrument.
Environment is a very big deal for, like when I talk about Mr. Bill, these are my formative years. So my elementary school was across the street from Mr. Bill's store. So every day I see him pull up in his burgundy car with his gold chains and his hat and open his store, close his store. So I see it. It's in my environment. I can walk to it. I can touch it. I can touch his car, right? He would give little kids a couple of dollars every once in a while. He never gave us anything free out of his store though, but he would give us money. But I can see a certain level of success. So that was real in my environment, right? So environment is a very, very big deal of what success is. And it doesn't mean that, so here in America, if you live in a certain zip code, right? A zip code is how they kind of, the borders for a neighborhood, right? So you have a zip code. People who live in wealthier zip codes where the average income is higher, they live longer lives than people who live in a lower income zip code. And the zip code can change from the distance of a street. So if the zip code on this side of the street is one thing, and people over here make a certain amount of money, and people on this side make a different amount of money, the range in life expectancy and health can vary by 20 years. That's just environment, because my neighbor takes better care of himself. It's a little less stress. They might have a little bit more food, right? Or they share more resources, those types of things. But you don't have to make a lot of money to adopt the mindset of having the environment in the community that's going to help you be successful.
Thank you so much for that. Now, I'd like you to respond to another part of the same argument, which is whether it is possible, or actually, I think it is possible. I'm not even doubting it, but I want you to respond to this, that it is possible for us to be able to be successful, irrespective of where we might have, irrespective of where we might live, as long as there are people there. Of course, I'm taking this mindset from the book that written by Walter Wallace in 1910. The book is titled The Science of Getting Rich. So Walter Wallace was saying that except maybe where you live, there are no people there. In as much as there are people who need your service, if you do what they want, he said that there are certain way to do things that you will get rich. If you do it, whether you know it or not, you will get rich. So what I'm saying in a sense is that when we look at our community, whether you are looking at those in the United States or those in England or those in Canada or those in Italy, there are people that we eat every day. People we dress every day. People we talk everyday communication. People we want their life to be better in the sense of maybe you want to cook your food and distribute to people that want to eat. People will need a better way to recharge their phone. All these are different services that we can render. So I am trying to ask you as a business owner, as a founder, what kind of encouragement would you want people to get looking at where they are, even when they see problem? Because every problem is opportunity, because it means people need something. If there are no problem, you have nothing to solve. Therefore, you cannot even be a business. So I want you to speak more on that, looking at it from your point of view, looking at it from where you are coming from, where you grew up, to where you are today. Then, of course, we'll be moving into AI, which is where you are basically heavy at the moment. Please share with me on that.
Yeah, so you're right. Business is problem solving, right? And Richard Branson made it even more simpler when he says, like, business is just an idea that you use to help somebody get what they want. And that's why you can have successful business in bad environments, because bad environments, there are tons of problems, and you can get rich solving those problems. Now, it may take a little bit longer. There may be people who do the same thing and make more money. It doesn't matter. Solve a problem. So what I would say is start by figuring out what problems you can solve with the skills you have. So oftentimes we get told to follow our passion and, figure out what we really like and then work around that. And if you love what you do, you won't work a day in your life. All those things are fine, but you're not going to make any money and make a profit if you're not solving problems. So what I would say is that find a problem you can solve that matches with your skill set, and then you can start to earn some money. Now you can start to have more options on what problems you want to solve based on what you like. But no matter what, if you want to have a business, you need to solve problems first. So if you're good on computers, okay, now you're solving problems on computers. If you're good with food, now you're solving problems in food service. But here's the thing: you may be good at organizing things. You can organize things in food service because the people who are good at handling food are not good at organization. Possibly, right? They may not be good at organization. And you come over there and help them organize their shelves, organize their inventory, right? Organize their training staff. That's what business is, solving problems. So always start with the problem. Don't start with, oh, I like this thing. That's fine. You keep that thing in your life. But if you want to start a business, solve problems. If that thing that you like does not solve people's problems, you're going to come up short. And then you're going to say, oh, well, you might even start blaming it on the people, on the community. They don't like my thing. They don't need your thing. We are all very selfish, self-serving people. We need to solve our problems, and we're looking out into the world and says, who has the best solution for what I have a problem with right now?
That's so beautiful. That's so beautiful. So before we move to AI just now, which is where you are, I want to add to what you said there. That is really beautiful. That I can even go ahead to add that when you find something you love, which of course you must find something you love, because there is an episode we did recently with a professor friend of mine in the UK, that we're looking at what is happening to people, even those that are very successful, that they just jump on a 10-story building and they fall from there, not because they don't have money, but because they don't have fulfillment from the money that they have. Because money alone, it doesn't solve the problem. You need to really have people at heart, but you also need to have an internal satisfaction in what you do. Because Jim Rohn will say, you set a goal. You say you want to be a millionaire today, or you want to be a millionaire in 5-10 years time. What you will realize is that when you become a millionaire, that is not really what you want. He said that is not what we should spend the energy on. What we should actually put in our head is, what do we become in the process of becoming a millionaire? Because if you are somebody who can become a millionaire, somebody can waylay you on the road and take all your million. It will take you a shorter time, you become another millionaire again. Because now you know how to become a millionaire. But if you don't know how to become a millionaire, if you pick 1 million on the road, in a short space of time, it is gone. Because money doesn't respect you. Money doesn't play partiality. Money just want to stay with the one who know how to hold it. Because money is an instrument. If you have a gun, you don't know how to use it, it's useless. Because the gun itself doesn't do anything for you. But if you have a gun now, you know how to use it, you can go into the forest and start to shoot animals that you need to eat. Then you will not die of hunger. So I think what we know how to do, our vision in life or our mission, should be in relation to why we want to serve, should also be some